They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll set up to throw. Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Well, they took your advice from a bit earlier, tried the screen, but that one, it was covered up pretty well.
They did a nice job on it, but I still think it was the right idea. Probably just a block or two away from making it work.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch the run, watch the run. Big ass, big ass, big ass. Echo, echo.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 76 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
What we got? What we got? What we got? 951. 951.
On first down, Hester, and they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 that time, but a Colts first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Exit, exit. Mike 51. Go. 51. Watch the run, watch the run.
On first down, Fields. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 51 the mic. 51 the mic. In your face.
Throwing on third and long. Fields. This one taken in by Hester. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 97 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Colts take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in. All right, we're good there.
To throw on second down, Fields. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under somebody.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. 2nd and 14. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing deep for Galladay. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He's crazy.
On 3rd down. Casper. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Lions will take over.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
2nd and 11. That's taken in by Callaway. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll set up a throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Hester. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. From the gun, Fields. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, 87 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream up right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone. Let's go. Move.
On 3rd down, Fields. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
51's the mic. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51.
To throw again. Fields. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Fields. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. That one good for 24 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. That'll be caught by Hester. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make...
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Calvin Ridley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
You don't want it. Showing up. Showing up.
They'll throw now on the final play. He sets to fire deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. Come on. Mike,
Looking to throw. Fields. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 5. Throw right side complete to Carter. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run on first down. Pastor. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And now a carry here for the fullback. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
59, Mike. 59, Mike. Check. 59. Hey, come on, now. Mike, check. 59. Mike's 59. Magic.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields, incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
To throw on 3rd down. Fields. Open man is Higgins. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
51, Mike.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hester. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
Here we go. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Hey.
Here's Bell. Well, the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive? A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, first and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try to pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pick.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Tracy Walker, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Johnson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. Able to get this to Gordon. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, go. Drop deep, 2-6.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Hester. He's going to have the first down past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. 92 yards as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh, too.
Turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Go. Wait. 59, Mike. Check.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the whip.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Trey Flowers in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Well, when this drive began, the offense only needed a field goal, but the defense ramped up the pressure, and after back-to-back sacks, they're feeling confident they might keep them off the board.
Seibert able to knock this one through.
And we are all tied here in the final stages.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. The throw here going to be complete to Gordon. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This from 52 and this for the win. Kick is good. From 52 yards away, he gets it to go. And the Lions are going to win this game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Detroit, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Colts, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
You don't want smoke, dog.